Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I want to come on. I'm trying to release a couple of videos before I have my surgery, which is next week. Oh my God, it's creeping up on me. I don't have time to get everything done, but I am going to be taking off next week just to relax and recover. That's it. And then I'll be back. I might even try to upload next Friday, actually. But I want to talk about some things going on in the GOP and, well, in Trump's current administration. I see a few people going bye-bye. I was being shown, because I get things in clusters in 2026, how interesting. Most of what I'm speaking on is most likely in 2026, but it could spread on out to the first of 2027. I don't want to put a timeline on this, but I'll get into what I'm being shown and what the auto rights came out regarding Susie Wiles. We have Pan Bondi, of course, that's no shock. And then there was a man named John, and then I was getting something with it. Evangelist, I think it's religious. I'll share that with you here in a minute. Before I go any further, please understand I don't love or hate any world leaders. I am neutral. Doesn't mean I like what they're doing. I don't like anything Trump is doing. Well, I like some of the things that Trump is doing because I know he's tearing the system down. But I dislike how he's handling immigration. That's one thing I don't like. I'm not going to get into it. I don't like it, though, because it could affect people around me I know. So, yeah, of course. And I don't agree with how things are being done with ICE. Also, there are paid characters from the deep that are putting certain people in there to make things look worse than what they are. I am not a Trump lover. I don't love any leader. I don't hate. Trump is here to tear the old system down. Nobody said it was going to be pretty. In fact, it's pretty freaking ugly. You want my honest opinion, but I have to sit here and take it. Same with Keir Starmer. He is in that position. That's why he has not lost power yet. He is there in the UK as the UK Prime Minister, but similar reason to Trump. Keir Starmer, the reason why he's there is because he is making all kinds of mistakes. And then we have the Epstein files, which is hitting Britain pretty hard. Keir Starmer is in his position to make mistakes and to be a little weak. You know what I mean. I have to be nice when I say this because he is put out there for an example for everyone to see, because these mistakes that he's making has happened in the UK for a long time. It's not just Keir Starmer, right? But he's just the one bringing it all out. Let's go back to Tony Blair. Oh, yeah. Before him, he is being used as an example. So that way, these problems in the UK can be fixed. I didn't say they were going to be permanently fixed, because here's what you have to understand, guys. Just like the old system here in the United States is being torn down, Trump is going to be gone in a couple of years, maybe before his term. I always picked up July 27th, 2027 would be something significant there. Anyways, I don't know. When he's gone, somebody else picks up the torch. Maybe worse. I would say probably fixing things. But it's just a tug of war. It's going to be like this every 4 years if you live in the United States or if you're in the UK. I'm sorry. It's going to be this way for a long, long ass time. So no, I don't love Trump. I don't hate him or dislike him or love him. He's just here to be a disruptor. And the next person that comes in may be able to clean up behind him and help rebuild this new system. And then the person that comes in after the other guy may f up and crack it up a little bit again. So it's just a cycle. And I'm not going to bullshit about it. It's very simple. It's not a conspiracy. It's not. There are people keeping Keir Starmer in power, yes. I had spoke on Ursula. I said that she wants to rearm Europe. But let's just say she does. Say she's partially successful in that. It's not going to stick. Everything that is done is a recycle repeat, and then things clean up, and then it's a recycle repeat. And we have to learn to accept it and not look at it as being such a shock. Some years are going to be worse than others. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. Okay. What was I going to say now? I want to talk about Nancy Guthrie really quick. This case is really heartbreaking. Yes, it is. She's 84 years old, and it's sad. I do not believe, I'm just going to come out and say it, I do not believe that the Epstein files are connected in Nancy Guthrie's disappearance. But I get more of a mafia/cartel deal here. And when I say cartel mafia, you don't have to be from Mexico, right? We could look at other nationalities, but I'm not going to do that. Yeah, that's what I feel like. It's just... Pam Bondi, she will be stepping down. I was getting that, and I was feeling like it would be sometime after March of 2026. Most likely fall. Fall feels significant. I see her transformation in her role as Attorney General will be no more. I have down that there was a tight, compressed energy around her energy field, actually. Congressional investigations into her death will reach a fever pitch. And I feel like she is going to stay political, but maybe in an old role that she had prior to where she is now. And I'm also getting that her replacement is going to be a loyal, and he is connected to executive power, and possibly a man who's already working behind the scenes, getting a promotion. I know I'm holding these cards and I haven't pulled any yet. It's just like a nervous habit, but it's all right. So then I have John Thune, right? I feel like he still has party support, but his energy field shifts from a light gray hue to a dark gray hue around his auric field. Possibly, November 2026 through February, sometime around that time of 2027, he may step down. It could be sooner. But I'm seeing John Thune not finishing out with Trump. And I don't even see Trump finishing out completely, but I've said that before. If he does step down, it won't be because he's forced Trump. It'll be other reasons, right? I feel like whoever takes John Thune's place will be a younger masculine already known to the media is what I have. So it does look like some of the GOP House representatives are going to be replaced. Just like I said, some of these world leaders were going to step down. Not right now, of course, but they are going to step down. That's another part of their role. They don't get to finish it because they're here to dismantle it. Okay, I mentioned something about evangelical, something about a church, Evangel. And, what was the name of that cook, famous lady, Paula? I don't know, I was being referenced to her. So this woman, her name is going to be Paula, who's connected to this Evangel church, and it's connected to Trump in some way. Gatherings. Okay, this would be the church gatherings for religious sector. So this woman, Paula, she feels like she's betraying somebody in the White House. I see her stepping down, this Paula, and she's connected to a religious sector. That's all I can say. And then I did mention something about a John Doe would betray 47 in the White House slowly. What they want to do is completely turn MAGA against Trump. But before they do that, they need his endorsement during midterms. Do you understand? Once they have his endorsement during midterms, they'd be done with Trump, certain players. So maybe after midterms, some of these people I'm mentioning, minus Pam, because she's just going to be done because she doesn't know how to do her job. No offense, but these other players could be, yeah. Now, John Doe, the strong figure, whoever, isn't going anywhere. But he's behind it. There's a lot of things he doesn't agree with. But he was also a staged actor that was put in that position and groomed. Allegedly. We have Saltus. All hail the cunning truth in which it burns deep within the roots. Nobody's going to be able to hide. Nobody's going to be able to hide this. It's all about the old systems, I know. Exposed before with the crone. Before the midterms. Crone. Crony. Be friends. Be friends. The honor in which weaves within blood. Be an older female that may have some information. I'm getting something with a whistleblower. I don't know why that's coming in. Whistleblower. But the upcoming global reset is going to expose those who have been against the system or have hurt in some way, have caused disruption or betrayed the system. All right. The next thing I was getting was an earthquake. And I know we've talked about earthquakes. And I'm getting fall of 2026, 6.5 or higher. I'd be looking into southern Alaska, and I was getting Anchorage or Kodiak, or maybe it's spelled Kodiak, Kodak, but it could be off of the shoreline there. These earthquakes that we're getting are going to uptick and be a little stronger than normal. Mother Nature is shaking her ground, isn't she? She's pissed off. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is that movie, Pompeii. It was about the major volcano that erupted in 79 AD, and the whole town, Pompeii, was wiped clean. Yeah, I know this is weird, but I was being shown that movie. I know the movie, I've seen it, but I was getting clips and visions of that scene where the volcano went off, erupted. That's either in Italy or Greece. Then you have Mount Etna, which is located over in that area as well. But I have down late summer, fall 2026. It could be some eruption. I hope it's not going to be like what we saw in that movie, Pompeii. But it could just be awakening, a dormant volcano that hasn't been active in some time, and it starts moving around. Hopefully that's it. Just moving around. Whistleblower coming forward in regards to the World Economic Forum. Or you could say the WHO. I see a whistleblower coming forward with information regarding C-19. Bastards. So many people lost their lives from C-19, and you know what really kills me? Those of us who survived it have complications from it. Whether you caught the virus or you took the vaccine, either way. It pisses me off so bad. Okay, here's another thing I want to mention. This is going to probably sound conspiracy, but this is what was shown to me. JonBenét Ramsey. I believe she was from Michigan. I can't even remember. JonBenét Ramsey, beautiful little blonde-haired girl who modeled, and she was found in her basement. Someone connected to the Epstein files knows what happened to JonBenét Ramsey. That's what I'm getting. I'm not saying that Epstein did anything to JonBenét, but there's a connection there. And I think something's going to come out about that. Someone connected to Epstein saw this little girl because she was a model. I just want to leave it there. Yeah. Okay, guys. I will be back on to talk about the UK. I have a few things I want to discuss in regards to Starmer from March of 2026, because I think there's a... Scared me. I think there's a meeting. Literally, wow. Somebody going to slam the door in Keir Starmer's face. It's interesting. All right, guys. Let me get off of here. I want to say thank you to my new members only. I have gained 2 new members. Thank you. Welcome to Dark Rose Crazy ADHD Train. To my old subscribers, my new subscribers, I love you. Thank you for your support. We made it to 10,000 subscribers. Let's see if we can make it to 11,000. Ooh, my hands are green from the cards there. And yeah, I've just been playing with them. Yeah, but anyways. All right, guys. I'll catch you all in the next one.